Oh no, we almost got a loop there. That would have been bad. Almost got a loop there. We can't have that. We can't have that now, can we? Hello, Mr. Dr. Captain PhD. Hello, Pipsqueak of many different names and many different banters. Hello, all of you guys out there in the crowd. I chose a nice setting for us to sort of kick back and relax and just enjoy the scenery, because it gets a little bit stuffy in my room sometimes. Oh, hey, you're probably wondering where I am. Here, let me come over to where you guys are. All right. There we are. Yeah, that's better. Hi, Pipsqueak. How are you doing today? Okay, I'm gonna be bigger. Sorry. Let me get a little bit bigger. Just a little bit as a snack. Hope the music's not too corny. I chose some music that I thought would be a little bit more uplifting, and when I started listening to it, I'm like, huh. This is like so spiritual feeling. It's like I came to terms with my demons. But I hope you guys are doing good. The music's probably a little quiet, right? Do you think it should be a little louder? Or is this just fine? This is a decent volume. I hope it doesn't get too annoying. If it gets too annoying, I'll swap it to something else eventually. It's the adequate amount of corny. Good. I'm glad I picked it good then. Okay, cool. So to everybody who is here today, thank you for coming here. I spent all the time right after the quiz show actually going through all of the marshmallows today. Also, by the way, super chats and gifteds and member pips and stuff like that, I'll get to the end of the stream. I want to tackle the core content today, but thank you guys all for supporting the channel, of course. We are gathered here today. Damn, how do I make this not sound corny? Sorry, I struggle sometimes with trying to be motivating, but my type of motivation typically is a little bit more like snarky. I'm a little bit too what's the word? I'm a bit of a prick sometimes. So I'm trying to drop that part of me today and tackle the internal dialogue that we all need. Inspiration. Because I went through all the marshmallows today after the quiz show, and after reading through all of them, I saw that there is a lot of pipsqueaks that need a little bit of an uplifting. Like I said before, I can't choose to read all of them. That would take a very, 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 very long time. So to all the pipsqueaks out there that did submit a marshmallow today, I want to let you know that there are so many other pipsqueaks that are actually just like you. And there's a lot of you guys that are going through a lot of the same stuff. So let's start off today by just letting you guys know that you're not alone. And a lot of the times we kind of go through life, it feels like the whole world's just crushing down on you alone. But there's a lot of people going through the same stuff as you. So just know that you're right now, where it feels the worst, you can be happy knowing that there are other people just like you that are going through the same stuff. You're surrounded by very similar people right now, and we can all get through this together. So I chose only a small portion of the marshmallows that I got to I only chose a small portion of them to show today. There was a lot of very heavy ones in there, a lot of ones that I don't think would be really good for the stream, because it's supposed to be a very uplifting. This is supposed to be an uplifting stream. But to everybody who's going through some of the worst times in their life right now, just don't forget that there's a lot of people here, including myself, that want to see you do better. And we want to see you get better, because everybody deserves happiness. Even if you don't feel like you do in the moment. Even if you feel like you're the worst person in the world, you feel like you're a bother to somebody, you really feel as though the world would be better off without, you are wrong. Let me just start there. Let me just start by slapping you in the face and telling you you are wrong. It helps a lot of people to be able to voice those feelings. I'm really glad. I'm really glad to be able to do that for people. Let me get some of these out right now, actually. Go. Let me get my little cheat sheets for what I wanted to talk about today. Oh my god, it didn't save. My computer crashed earlier and my... Oh, no, never mind. It's right there. I'm just blind. Haha. It blended in with my background. No, it actually didn't save. Oh, no, it did save. Never mind. I'm having a lot of whiplash right now. Having a lot of whiplash right now. You're already getting tears? Why? We didn't do anything yet. Chill. Wait for the emotions to swell up even more before you start exploding, okay? The roller coaster of emotion? My bad. I want to start off with an opening statement. This is pre-written, but it's something that I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget to tell everybody. To all of the people who are trying your best, just don't forget that the world is never easy to get through. But I know that you're doing the best that you can. All of you guys can get over all of the hurdles that are currently in front of you because it's happened before. We're all suffering together. We're all human. And all these obstacles have been accomplished before. There's always been someone who can get through it, and you're also capable of getting through it too. I believe in you guys, and I want you guys to give yourselves the chance to believe in yourselves too. And that's why we're here. To give you guys the opportunity to believe in yourself again. There was a couple of different overarching themes today that came up. A couple of them were a little bit of an outlier. So I want to start with those outliers first. So if you feel like this relates to you, then this is the encouragement for you. Because all of these were anonymous. I don't know who they're for. Just know that if these are the words that you need to hear, pay close attention. There are people who struggle with fearing that everything that you do is your fault. I think this is probably one that a lot of people can sort of relate with. The world has a lot of different ways of clapping back sometimes. The world fucking claps back way harder than we can ever clap back. And the more bad things happen, the more people want to believe that it's happening because of them. Bad things happen maybe in a friend group. Maybe bad things happen in a workplace. Maybe bad things happen right here inside of a chat room like this. And you think that you're surrounded by people who blame you for the bad things that happen. Whether or not that is the case, whether it is or isn't your fault isn't really the matter, because I think we can sort of go on that on a case-by-case basis, but that's getting too pedantic. That's me being too pedantic. Don't live your life like you're always the one with the target on your back. Sometimes someone else is wrong. It's okay to stand up for yourself. I think that to everybody who believes like you're the reason, like maybe, let's just say, for example, this isn't an example from any of the marshmallows. This is just something that I pulled. Maybe there's an issue with a friend group. If there's an issue with a friend group and you feel like you may have caused a bit of a rift, it's not your fault. There's a lot of unspoken things that people don't talk about up front. There's like, how do you say it? There's a lot of baggage that everybody's dealing with. And if you're the one who talks about the baggage, you bring it up. That doesn't make you a bad person. If there's a problem that you have with someone or something that someone does, it doesn't make you a bad person to bring it up. It doesn't make you an asshole because you have issues with somebody. Don't forget that you're your own person and you have your own desires and you have your own needs. If you don't feel comfortable where you are, then it is a part of your duty to try to put yourself in a more comfortable place. If you feel like a friend group isn't treating you right, then maybe it's okay to start new. You shouldn't feel obligated to stay in a place where you feel uncomfortable. I feel like I'm talking out of my ass now. I sort of like tangented from the main core of the topic. To the people who think that everything is your fault, it's not. It's not your fault. Nothing is your fault. Well, that's not true. That was a bad way of saying it. Some things can be your fault, but not everything is your fault. You're not constantly the one who is causing issues in your life. There are very real situations of things that you can't just like, you can't blame yourself for them. So don't blame yourself for them. I fucking suck at this, don't I? Maybe encouragement stream was a bad idea, guys. I should just leave. Sorry. Ugh, I'm taking this pipsqueak with me too. But that's where you're wrong. You shouldn't show doubt, even in the face of doubt itself. Even if you feel like you're doing a bad job, keep trying. This goes to the next point that I want to talk about. There's a lot of people who don't feel like they do a really good job at what they're doing. They feel like there are other people who do it a lot better than they do. Guess who also suffers from that? I'll give you one guess. If you're constantly surrounded by people who do something very well, you're gonna end up feeling like what you're doing is pointless. You're gonna feel like what you do doesn't matter because there are plenty of other people in the world who can do it better than you. And what if I told you guys that me streaming here isn't important because there are so many other creative VTubers out there that do a better job than me? What would you guys tell me? I think even without typing it, you guys would all probably agree that there isn't any other you. Exactly. It's the same. The same way I feel insecure sometimes about the things that I do, some of you guys probably feel the same way. I saw some people talking about, in the Marshmallows, I saw some people talking about the fact that their creative endeavors were suffering because there are other people that are better than them. Maybe at their job, there are other people who do a better job than them. And it's normal to feel like there are other people better than you, and that's you're allowed to think that that feels bad, but it's not supposed to stop you. It's really hard to, but you have to use those sorts of moments to motivate yourself. You can be a better person too. You can be better at what you do. And I know that you guys can be better at what you do, because I've seen it happen. I've seen people throughout my entire life getting better at everything they do, slowly and surely. Some people grow at different paces. Not everyone has the same journey It's... if we all were the same... if we all were in the same book... and we all had the same plot... then we'd all come out the same way. But the difference is that we all have our own books that we're in. We've all got our own stories. They've all got different twists and turns too. There's also character progression in stories like those. And the best part about stories like that is that the character can overcome the issues that they have to deal with. Whether it be a big bad demon lord, or maybe a big bad boss at work. At the end of the day, it's your story, and it's up to you to see the end of it. I want to see some character progression in all of you guys. I want to see you guys evolve. I want to see some pipsqueaks that get bigger wings. Maybe your feathers change color or something like that, you know? You guys are still learning everything. Everyone's always still learning something. We're always still learning. I think there's a lot of people out there that think at a certain age, you've got things figured out. Newsflash, you never have things figured out. You might have some other things figured out, but you never have it all figured out. You always are constantly learning. There are just people that learned it sooner than you. But you've also learned other things sooner than other people. And it's a little hard sometimes to take that into account. That there are things that you're really good at too. Teehee. It's hard to self-reflect though. But that's why it's important to surround yourself with good people. And that's why I'm going to double down and say, if you don't think that you're surrounded by good people, if you don't feel comfortable where you are, then it's okay to invite some change into your life. Change is how we get better. So I'm gonna start pulling up some marshmallows. I've handpicked only a few. It really isn't a lot. So I'm gonna start from here. Nope. This fucking corny ass music, dude. All right. If this is your marshmallow, please, let's remain anonymous. Unless you really don't want to. I mean, obviously, it's your fight. It's your journey. But I don't want you to feel pressure to step up. I don't want you to feel pressure to own up to this one. To none of these. If this is yours, then just sit back and listen. If you guys resonate or relate to this, then just remember there's a ton of people out there that are just like you, going through the same things. So without further ado, Pipsqueaks, can you get off the fucking... Ugh. There you go. Let's do it like this. This marshmallow says, I won't really get into the thick of it because I was really low the past week. Now I feel a lot better, and I'm trying to reflect on how I can do better and give myself the proper tools to work through emotional times like that. I don't know how to articulate this. I'm usually the friend who is very generous with their emotional support, and I usually have the answer or solution to a problem. My friends love and appreciate me for this, and I don't mind doing it. We all have boundaries set in place for when we can and cannot handle something, or we do or don't have the emotional bandwidth. I'm struggling with accepting the praise I'm given, but also people viewing me as someone they either look up to, respect, or has it together. Meanwhile, I feel like I'm holding a compass that's spinning aimlessly in circles, and I genuinely really know... I feel like I'm holding a compass that's spinning aimlessly in circles, and you genuinely know what you're doing. I'm assuming you meant don't know what you're doing? Question mark? Maybe I'm reading this wrong. My room is a mess, and I feel like I'm scamming people who think I have it together. Well, just like I was saying before, you don't have to pretend like you do have things together. but it's a lot easier to see things from a third person's perspective. Just like today during the quiz show, you guys all knew a ton of the answers, but I didn't. You guys were way better at reading the room than I was. I didn't know what I was doing. I was completely out of it. So I had to just give it my best. I had to give it my best. And it's a lot easier when you're not there in center stage to think with a clear head. And that's what makes it really invaluable to have friends like you who can see things objectively, who can see things from a different perspective, because people need that. You don't have to pretend or think that you have things all together. Hello, Lucius Merriweather. Hope you're doing well today. You don't have to pretend like you have things together. If you think you can offer solid advice for a friend, or you can be a pillow to cry on for them, then that's enough. You don't have to feel like you're Superman. You don't have to be Superman. Because no one is Superman. Everyone's vulnerable at times, even if you don't want to be. Even if you don't want to be, that's the thing. For times like these, it's important to know that that friend of yours that you offered your shoulder to would do the same thing for you when you don't feel like you've got things together. I think one of the most important parts of a relationship or a friendship is being able to confide into somebody you trust. You're not scamming anybody. Just because you're the rock for a lot of people doesn't mean you have to stand alone. We're all going through some deep, dank shit. So don't stand alone. And don't put yourself on an island either. Allow yourself to be vulnerable with other people. And it's hard to do that. It's hard to feel vulnerable with other people sometimes. But the sooner you can find people that you can be vulnerable with, the happier you'll be. Those are what real friends are. I hope that helps you out a little bit. Just don't feel like you're alone. Because you're not. You're not alone. It sounds like you have really good friends. Ganbatte. Next on the list is this one. This Pipsqueak said that they're gonna try something new that's really out of their league, and they're trying to gas themselves up by telling themselves, just go for it, it's fine. I know the worst that can happen is just no, but I'm very, very nervous about it and just need some encouragement. Well, I think you came to the right place, because I think I'm offering free encouragement. Limited time offer. This time only. Walks off. Sorry, that was a bad joke. Good luck. Like I said before, there's nothing that you can't do in this world that hasn't been done before. There are ways to figure out what you need to do. And everyone has the strength inside of them to be able to accomplish what they want to do. Sometimes it's up to luck. Sometimes things are out of your control. But you'll never get it done if you don't believe that you can, and if you don't try. Like you said, the worst that can happen is that it doesn't happen. But if whatever you're doing is something that you really want to do going forward, then it's also a learning opportunity. You can get up and try again. We have a long, long, long life ahead of all of us. And there's plenty of time to learn things. There's nothing at a certain age. There's nothing at a certain age that stops you from doing what you want to do. There's always a way. Don't feel like you need to do something right then and there. Because there's always time to learn. You can get better. And eventually, whatever it is you want to do, at least look back and say that you did it. That you tried. You don't always have to succeed at everything you do. You know that, right? You don't always have to succeed. It's okay to fail. But it's even better to try. Next up. This one has a disclaimer that says I don't have to read this on stream if I don't want to. Well, I wanted to, so I hope that's okay. Sometimes I felt left out as a pipsqueak in chat. I tried to join in the banter with other pipsqueaks, but I can't help but feel there's a gap between me and others. Now I just watch your streams and not chatting. Not saying pipsqueaks here are bad, but as an outsider, it's hard to feel like I'm a part of the gang. I know it's a me problem. This also happens several times in real life too. Am I broken? I just feel so uncomfortable in social settings and always felt I'm interrupting someone's space and ended up distancing myself. I want to be close with new people, and that includes the pipsqueaks in the chat as well. What should I do, Gale? Pro tip to anybody listening who doesn't chat because they're afraid to. They're afraid of being different. When I started my channel 4 months ago, everybody here was new. Everybody in this channel was new. Some people left. Some people stayed. Some people were new. Some people joined a month or two after. Maybe like a week, a month, 2 months after. There's a bunch of new faces that I see in chat still. Every day. And they're all the same to me. They're all loving members of my crew. I prune the thorns off of the fucking flowers of chat as often as possible to make sure that people like you can do their best to feel welcome. I cut the weirdos out as soon as I can. If you were a weirdo, then you wouldn't be able to talk in my chat. You're welcome. Always welcome. And you're not broken either. You might just feel uncomfortable talking because that's just how you are. There's nothing to fix about that. I'm a bit of an introvert myself. I don't go out of my way to talk to people too often. That doesn't make me broken. But there are times where I do want to talk. And if you find that the moment strikes you, feel free to talk in chat. There's plenty of people that would love to hear from you. I know that for a fact because I've seen it. Whether it's on Twitter, whether it's live, whether it's in the comments. I think I've done a pretty fucking good job of making a very open and welcoming community here. And if you don't ever feel like you're comfortable talking, then that's okay. I'm sorry that you feel that way, but I hope that in the future you can be more confident in yourself. I get the same vibe sometimes when I talk in other people's chats. I'll think, oh, I didn't really have anything interesting to say. Maybe I just erase what I was typing and just keep watching the stream. I feel cringe sometimes before I type a message out and post it. I feel stupid as hell because I think that what I say doesn't matter sometimes. But that's not true. I know that's not true. So I man up and I post it and I send it off into the void. The void of the chat. A chat room is a very interesting thing on a live stream because all of us know that not every comment gets read. Sometimes the streamer passes over it. Sometimes it doesn't get read, but that doesn't mean anything less about what you said. If you feel like something suited the occasion and you wanted to say something, say it. I think we all know that a lot of what we say in chat just sort of gets sent out there like a message in a bottle that ends up on someone's beach one day, you know? Just let it be like that. Send it and forget it. You don't have to feel invested into what you say sometimes. And the more you type, the more you'll eventually feel like you're part of everyone else out there sending out their messages. The little messages in a bottle. If you feel uncomfortable in social settings, then I don't know if you're an introvert or an extrovert. I can only assume probably more of an introvert. But it's okay. It's okay to feel uncomfortable. And no one's forcing you to talk either. You're free to speak up whenever you want to. That's the cool thing about a chat room. You don't have to feel obligated like you need to chat. You don't have to feel obligated to be super involved in the community. By the way, I'm going to call somebody out really quick. There's somebody who sends super chats occasionally. Their name is Arwan. And while they don't chat very often in the chat room, they still want to show their support in the different ways that they can. Whether it be a comment after stream or a passing super chat. That doesn't mean they're any less involved with the community. Sorry for calling you out, by the way. I hope you don't feel nervous, but you're a very good example. So I'm going to hold you up to the front of the class right now. There's a lot of people that are just more comfortable standing on the at the back of the prom wall, you know? I was actually invited to go to a high school prom before I graduated Pirate High School. And I went to prom. Oh, there you are. Jump scare. I love it here and love Pipsqueaks, even if I'm a lurker. Thank you very much for the super chat. I'm sorry to call you out like that. I'm glad you enjoy the community. I went to this prom going with somebody that I'd never met before. Well, only was acquaintances with. I knew their name. That was it. And I was their +1. I went there. And as soon as I got there, they just left. They just left to go do their own thing. They just didn't want to go to prom looking alone, you know? So they went there with me. And after we both were in there, we got settled. They were just off doing their own thing. And I totally felt like an outsider there. It was a different school. It was a completely different school. But being the human that I am, I tried to make the most of the situation. I went to like the dance floor. I tried dancing and I felt super cringe and awkward. So I'm like, okay, well, I tried it. So I left and I just stood against the back wall of the prom wall. I just stood there. I didn't have a smartphone at the time either. Or I didn't have like something that could connect to the internet or anything like that. Just a regular phone. So I was there, stuck to my own devices with a bunch of people I didn't know. But eventually what happened was there was a table full of people who also got left by their +1s. And they sort of beckoned over to me and I hung out with them. And truth be told, they were all super nerdy. They were super nerdy, but it was good company. It was really good company. Even in a place that I felt like I was an outcast, I was able to find people that I could relate with, you know? This is a true story, by the way. This isn't something I pulled out of my ass. This is a real true story. Yeah. You don't have to feel comfortable where you are, but don't let that stop you from making the most out of a bad situation. Hee. All right, next one. This one says, "Hi Cap. I've been struggling with something for a long time, and it's not having any passion for what I'm currently pursuing. The main problem is that, but it also doesn't help that I struggle to think about anything at that. It doesn't help that I also struggle to think about anything that I have passion for. This, among with other reasons, for example, time, financial difficulties, has hindered me from leaving and transferring from my current field of study to another. This has also caused me to grow very insecure about my projects, as what I'm currently studying requires a lot of creativity and technicality. I know it's bad, but I've started comparing my works comparing my works and myself to other people within my class, and I can't help but notice a visible gap in skill and in passion, and it kind of gets me down whenever I think about it. I find myself getting anxious about my future career endeavors, given that I currently have very low confidence about this path. Sorry if this is too long, blah blah blah. Thank you so much for taking the time to read this, Cap. We love you. How many people relate? How many people in chat relate? Just show of hands right now. How many of you guys have been through this before? To the person that wrote this, just take a look at chat really quick. There's a lot of people, I imagine, that relate to this. It's just like what I was saying before. Don't forget that this world only has one you. The shit that you do can only be done by you. Sure, I can draw a circle and you can draw a circle. We could both draw circles. But whose circle's better? Is my circle better? My amateur circle? Or is your professional circle better? Which one's better? The professional circle, obviously. The professionals. Sorry, I'm a fucking asshole. One sec. My circle's best, to be honest. I don't doubt that either. I don't doubt it. I'm sure your circle's amazing. But I think my circle's got a lot of personality to it too. I'm not sure what your field of work is. You say creativity, and my mind obviously goes immediately to art, but I know that's probably not as simple as it is. But everybody has a little bit of themselves that they can inject into what they do. And who cares if it's objectively worse than someone else's? I want to see what you can make. And I'm sure there's people around you that also think that same thing. There's people that enjoy what you do, or they appreciate what you do, or that are inspired by what you do. It's the case for everything. Even amateurs who just started their field have people that admire them. There are people who have never made music in their life, but they take that first step. And just because they're not a good music maker yet, objectively, doesn't mean there are people around them that aren't impressed that they're actually doing it. This person wanted to get into music, and they're actually doing their best to get better at music, you know? Just because their music isn't a gold label doesn't make it any less valuable to other people. Just focus on you. I know it's hard to not compare yourself. Everybody who goes down a creative route in their life, there's a million different people out there doing the same thing as you. That doesn't make it any less reason to not do what you do. Passion is something that's very hard to come by. Let me tell you now. Passion's very difficult to come by. Everyone's circumstance is a little bit different. I can't give you passion, unfortunately. But maybe I can. I talked about this during one of my Minecraft streams. Somebody asked me what they could do to feel passion in what they do again, in their hobbies. And my answer to that is to do your passion, to let other people inspire your passion. Let other people be your motivators. Let them motivate you. Motivate yourself to impress them. Motivate yourself to be better so you can wow them the next time you do something. Passion's very hard to come by. There's not a solid route to just manifest it out of nowhere. But there are tricks and ways to find passion. And my personal favorite way of doing that is to be inspired to impress other people. Maybe there's someone very important in your life and they've been supporting your journey this entire time. Maybe if there's not someone very important in your life, Maybe there's a peer of yours who you respect, who you think does a really good job. Maybe they can be your motivator. Surrounding yourself with like-minded people is super good. It's super good. Before I had Avallum, I was sort of on my own. And as soon as I joined Avallum and was put shoulder to shoulder with people who are just as passionate about what they do, I also felt like my work just doesn't hold a candle to theirs. But it's because of them that I want to keep doing better and get stronger. Sorry, I was biting a hangnail. It's very important to surround yourself with a lot of like-minded people. So, I don't know how close you are to the people who you think are better than you at your current field, but maybe it wouldn't hurt to find yourself getting closer to them. Or just people in general that you think appreciate what you do. Do it for them. And eventually you'll find a reason to do it for you too. Another thing we won't, Taskaru punches you. Sorry, this is supposed to be an encouraging stream. Head pats you so hard you go bald. Next up, this one. This Marshmallow says, I am a 25-year-old woman with the face of a 15-year-old. I know having a youthful face is considered a blessing, but deep down I hate it. Lots of people have dismissed my opinions and suggestions because they thought I'm young and therefore inexperienced and doesn't know what she is talking about. Men my age range have avoided approaching me because they thought I'm too young, and the ones that do are underage or barely 18. I tried several things like dressing older or putting on mature makeup, but it doesn't feel right. I know it sounds ridiculous and nothing, but this genuinely has eaten my confidence and I don't know what to do. Can you give me some advice and encouragement, Cap? Yes. Yes, I can. It's going to be a little bit of a broader stroke, though. The way I want to approach this one is it sort of feels like you're just not comfortable with your body, right? I don't know if it feels dysphoric, but at some level you don't feel as though you're content with the way your body has become. This one's very tricky. Because if you're not happy with who you are, then it's a lot harder to accept the outcome of these different situations. All I can really tell you is that there's a lot of people out there that, I mean, full disclosure, don't care too much about what you look like, you know? There are people out there that will treat you like the person that you are, not just the body that you are. I don't think that there's anyone out there, if they have a good personality, if they have a great way that they handle themselves, if you are capable of being a mature person who can handle mature topics, then I respect that a lot about people. I respect that a lot. What matters the most is that you can be happy one day with yourself. And that sounds like it might be a bit of a journey for you. That sounds like it's going to be a bit of a journey. And I honestly don't have a lot of advice as to how to fix this, other than just keeping yourself in good company. That's a bit of a cop-out. I feel like the amount of times that I've said that so far is a bit of a cop-out answer now. But that's what it is maybe find one of your if you have a niche hobby, maybe finding a group that can appreciate that hobby with you. Did I just English properly, or did I stutter? Wait, my brain just like backwards. I couldn't tell if I spoke properly. Either way, find people that are interested in you and not what you look like. Start from there. If you're looking for romance, then try not to do it in a place that judges you superficially. What's the opposite of superficially? Introficially? Supraficially? Google. Let's try to sound smart today. Antonym superficial. This doesn't help at all. Thanks, Google. That sounds correct. Thank God. I do want to apologize to the person who wrote this because I don't really have any answers for you. But there are people who are willing to accept you for who you are and not what you look like. And that goes for a lot of people out there. If you don't feel comfortable with the way you look, I've known my fair share of friends that are still my friends today that are not comfortable with the body they've been given. But every single one of them has managed to find a place where they feel like they're at home. It's not impossible. Nothing's impossible. You will find people that can accept you for who you are, and they do take you seriously, despite the way you look, you know? Cool. And also look at chat. I feel like chat's a lot smarter about this one than I am, honestly. The next one. I liked this one a lot. And I do hope that you're here listening today. Even if you don't change your mind, it is something that I wanted to talk about. I hope that it does calm you down a little bit. It says, for a long time, I've had this thought that makes me very sad every time I think about it. I don't want a second generation of FSP. I knew that at some point the new generation would be announced, and the truth is, I was excited. But when they announced it, it did not make me happy, and it simply caused me a type of rejection to think that very soon, new people would come. Even the words that Avallum gave us in the stream on Roscoe's channel did not calm me down. And I don't like to think this because I feel like I'm failing in what it means to be an Avallite. And I know that they are new people that we don't know yet and who are looking to fulfill their dreams. But to a certain extent, I'm afraid it will affect Avallum. It's not the first time I've been in a VTuber fandom, and I've seen many generations come, but Avallum became a special place for me, and thinking this sometimes makes me feel like a bad and selfish person. Sorry for all the text. I shouldn't have read that last part, because don't be sorry. I don't care. I don't care how much you wrote. I don't care if you wrote the whole disambiguation of Moby Dick or whatever. Moby Dick. Avallum will always just be Avallum. Avallites will always be Avallites. Whatever comes with Gen 2 will be their thing. I want to start with this. What makes an Avallite an Avallite? It's not written anywhere. If you want to be an Avallite, but your favorite streams are only Lucy and Zanny's streams, then you're a fucking Avallite. Whenever Gen 2 gets released and they come out to say hi, you could still be an Avallite and you don't have to watch Gen 2 at all. Even if they start taking some of our numbers, what's most important is that you enjoy your time watching all of us. Whoever it is you enjoy. I don't think anyone should ever feel obligated to watch all of FSP's streams. And this is definitely counterintuitive to our business model. But I'm okay with it. The most important thing for supporting a VTuber is enjoying your time. That's what we're here for. It's to make you guys, you know, to give you guys a good time. And if you're not having a good time, then take a step back maybe. Maybe you don't want to be an Avallite anymore, and that's okay. Everyone's got their own journey, and no one is expected to feel the same way their entire life. You can change as a person maybe like 5 times a week if you want to. But if you don't feel like you're happy where you are, if you don't feel content, then do what you need to feel more content. If you want to completely ignore Gen 2, then let it be known that is your prerogative, and no one's gonna think badly upon you for that. You better not, at least. Any Avallites in chat? Hello? If you guys are bad mouthing other Avallites because they don't watch my stream or something like that, then shame on you. They don't have to like me. Nobody's obligated to like me. That also being said, if you do like me, you're not obligated to like me forever either. Maybe you change. Maybe I change at some point, and this isn't the stream that you want to be in anymore. Don't be guilty. There's no reason you should feel guilty for that. As for whether or not Gen 2 is going to affect Avallum, the only way I can really see them affecting us is that we'll have more collab partners, and maybe you don't like one of the Gen 2 boys or any of them, then maybe that's a stream that you don't want to step into. But for us as Avallum, we're very excited to be able to share the same umbrella with a bunch of new, cute, funny boys. I'm personally pretty excited. And I'm looking very much to Gen 2, honestly. I'm not worried about it at all. I'm not worried about the impact that Gen 2 will have on us whatsoever. And I hope that with me saying this, my confidence for the future can help alleviate you a little bit. And if it doesn't, then I'm very sorry. But just know that everything's going to be okay. If you feel like you're enjoying the streams, then keep on enjoying them. But if you don't enjoy them anymore, then that's okay too. I want to see the dino so I can get banned for typing about dino facts too much. Bans you right now. I'll ban you in advance. How about that? Yeah, this is a very tricky marshmallow because there's only so much I can do to try to alleviate your worries. But I mean, it's up to you. Just find what you enjoy. And if you do enjoy something, just keep holding on to it. But if you don't enjoy anything anymore, it's probably time to let go. Joke's on you, I'm here for the long haul, Captain. Throws you overboard, ties you to a rope, Watches you as you get pulled by the boat in the water. Sorry, why did I say that? Just a sudden urge to throw a pipsqueak overboard compelled me. Sorry. Hey man, I'm happy here. I'm happy here in FSP. And I think you can take my word for it. If I'm no longer happy in FSP, then I won't be here anymore. But I'm very happy where I am right now. So you can expect to see me here for a very, very, very long time. The moment that I leave is the moment that I think FSP doesn't make me happy anymore. So I intend to stay. Next up. Hi, Captain. Thank you for hosting the stream. D. The whole month has been tiring, but this past week in particular has destroyed me. On Monday, my professor chose to make heavy changes on one of my projects, and the deadline is in 3 days. And seeing as this was from a day ago, oof. After so many months of stress, I reached a point where I don't really have the motivation to keep up a good work, and I'm just trying to reach the end of the semester. I wish I could have some encouragement if that's all right with you. I just really have to try my best for this last week because this course is worth a lot of university credits. Thank you in advance for reading this, and I wish you a wonderful day. Well then, I think we all know what we need to do. Good luck! Good luck! I know you can do it. I know you can fucking do it. You only got 1 more week. This is where you step on the gas. After you burn yourself out after that Friday, you fucking kick back, you go on a fucking bender, and you make yourself the happiest person. Just a little bit of extra toughing it out. You're almost there. I'm assuming because you're at the end of the semester, you have all the tools required to get whatever this project's stuff is done. It might suck. You might have to go through hell. But the moment you cross the finish line, it's gonna feel even better because you did the best job you could up until the very end. So fucking kill it. Murder it. Absolutely just dog it down. Kill it. Ring your bells, ring your teacher's bell in the middle of the night and run. Oh yeah. Yeah, just no, don't do that. Don't do anything illegal. Do your best. You got this. Fucking kill it. To anybody else out there who has projects that they've got to do in college or for regular school or for their job, then let's go. Let's get this done. Make me proud. I want to see a message in chat. I want to see a message on Twitter, maybe. I want to see a passing message where you say, finally done with the semester. I can finally kick back, relax, and just enjoy what comes next. Make me fucking proud. Tell me about it. Shout it in chat. Tell me that you did a good fucking job. Do it for me. Non-parasocially. Do it for me. Fucking boys are typing in chat and I'm getting messages. Shut up, FSP boys! Making me think there's something important to look at. Where are we at? This one next. This one says, Hi, Captain. That's what the tilde sounds like. Hi, Captain. Thanks for trying to cheer us up. I'm sure it's working for some of us. Maybe. Parentheses question mark. Anyway, long story short, I feel lost regarding my career. My dream job, the wedding industry, basically collapsed during the pandemic, and I realized I put my bacon and eggs. I realized I put my eggs into one basket. That was an added self-realization crisis. Haha. The industry is sort of back, but very limited to what it was before, and still fairly unstable. In the meantime, I took on a retail job, but now I want to move on, and I don't know what to do in this terrible job market. How do you step forward an adult, Gale? Thanks. I chose this message because I have terrible news for you. I don't know how to be an adult. I don't know how to be an adult. Does anybody in chat raise up hands? Do you guys know how to be an adult? What does it mean to be an adult? What does it mean? What do we do? What do we do when we need someone to step up, but that person is us? You pay bills? I don't think that makes you an adult. I pay bills too. Adulting is hard, so no. True. 30 plus years and still no clue. So there's the bad news for you, Marshmallow-san. There's the bad news. Is that there's not a single person out there that knows how to be an adult. Because, like I said before, all of us are still fucking learning. So, that's your first step, is realize that no one knows how to adult, and we're all in this together, learning step by step. There's plenty of people out there that can give you advice, though. But that doesn't make them an adult. That doesn't make them an adult, and that doesn't make them more qualified than you. Everyone's got their own qualifications. So in this sort of situation, holy shit, yes, actually support groups mean a fucking ton now. This is probably one of the ones where you need support, because trying to run your own business is a hurdle that I can't even imagine taking on by myself. Holy fuck, that sounds difficult. What I will say is that if this is your passion, if this is your dream job, there are ways. If you have the resources to kickstart something like this, it might not be the traditional sense that you imagined your dream job to be like. It might not be you purchasing a building to start making wedding cakes or doing planning. It might not be as simple as that. It might be a lot smaller. You might have to dream a little bit smaller. You might have to take a step back and reallocate your resources into trying something that's a little bit more doable. I really can't give advice. I don't want to give you business advice because that is not my forte. But take a step back. Look at what your passion is. Look at what your dream is. If your dream truly is to open up a wedding shop where you can help be an event coordinator, maybe open up the door to different event coordinations. Maybe you could be an event coordinator for proms, maybe an event coordinator for birthdays as well. If it's specifically weddings that you want to do, these are all things that will help you build up a reputation into the same field, maybe. Just put into perspective what your passion is, and if you can apply that to different things, because obviously you might have had an issue where you put all of your eggs into one basket. So diversify a little bit. Diversify. And see if you can apply your passion to different angles in life. But whether or not you do, I know that if you really do try at something, you can make it work. Cap is so smart. Flips hair. A lot of corporations have event coordinators too to run community outreach. Assuming that's what they want to do, is to be an event planner, yes. Maybe you want to be a patissier. Is that how you pronounce it? Maybe you want to do bakery stuff, like making cakes and shit. I think that's self-evident as to how you can make it work, you know? But I feel like in this case, getting into the wedding industry mostly means like event planning and stuff like that. Try to build up some connections. Maybe find some other people, or maybe find other businesses that do these sorts of whatever it is in the industry that you want to do. Look at what other people are doing and see if you can apply something new and fresh to the idea. That's fucking stupid. Everyone knows that. Hang on a second. Why am I saying that? Obviously you want to apply something new and fresh because you want to stand out. Sorry, that's dumb advice. It's true advice. If you have something unique you can offer to the market, it's going to help you stand out a lot. Especially in like the case of VTubers. With the sea of VTubers that are out there, what makes me stand out? What makes me stand out? I gotta go. I gotta go. Where am I? Oh, fuck. Oh god, I'm not qualified for this. I can't be doing this. Some of my best characteristics and traits that I add to the stream is my ability to improv. I don't see a lot of improv VTubers out there that can do skits like that. Except for Haka, that son of a bitch is really good at improv. Oh, fucker. Taking my fucking job. He was here first, though. But we have the same niche. Son of a bitch. I was looking at his fucking stream where he's getting attacked by a bee. That shit was so funny. Take what's unique about you and just shove that into your business and capitalize on it. Market that shit. Be different. And by golly, don't be afraid to be different. Do not be afraid to be different. Next up. Hi, Captain Pipsqueaks. Hello! What advice would you give to someone who has been stuck in life and is struggling to move forward? Raise of hands to everybody who has this issue. I have really bad anxiety that is preventing me from getting out of my current situation. For years, it has been really hard for me to even do basic stuff. But recently, you and the Pipsqueaks are slowly helping me get motivated every day. But I'm not super there yet, as you can see. And I think I need a little push. Sorry if this is a little vague. Thank you so much. Don't be sorry. Like I said before, you don't need to feel sorry all the time. Actually, I don't know if I said this. You don't always need to feel sorry. You might burden somebody you might burden somebody someday. But that's not something to feel sorry for. You might cause somebody a problem. And while you may feel sorry, it's not something to be sorry for. It's something maybe you want to apologize for, but don't let it sink in. Don't let it sit on your conscience, because everybody, like I said before, makes mistakes. Sometimes we feel a little bit of like an outcast. We don't feel comfortable where we are. We don't feel comfortable with who we are. That might be hindering you. Whatever your issue is, I can't say for certain, but anxiety is a fucking hell of a drug. Anxiety is the gate guardian of progress. Anxiety makes you afraid of failing, and failure is sometimes what you need. Sometimes it's okay to be a problem. Sometimes it's okay to fail. Sometimes you need to be a problem for someone else to get better. And it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to be a problem. Nobody wants to be a problem. Everyone wants the world to fucking turn. All the gears should be moving fluidly. No squeaky wheels. But that's not realistic. Remind yourself that no matter what stage of life that you're in, no one's fucking perfect. No one has everything figured out. And that goes for you too. You're never gonna have everything figured out, which makes it all the more reason that it's okay to feel like you're allowed to mess up. If you feel like you're not motivated to do stuff because it's not worth it to try, then Captain's telling you that you're fucking wrong. And you should try. Motivation is very hard to come by. Just the same way as passion is. Motivation and passion are probably the two driving forces in the world that makes people happy. So it makes sense that you would feel anxious and maybe a little bit concerned about where you are. And it's not easy to find it, and I can't tell you how to find it, sadly. But if there is something that you enjoy doing, maybe it's video games, maybe it's drawing, maybe it's doing better at the work that you do. There's a lot of ways that you can find passion and motivation. Just be passionate about, maybe you're a fanfic writer. Maybe you have all these goofy ideas that pop into your brain at like 3 in the morning. And maybe you want to share them with people. Maybe you have... Maybe you're... it's hard to pull things out of my ass. Like ideas like this. Maybe you want to be a professional League of Legends player. God forbid. Even if you don't expect to ever join a professional team one day, that shouldn't stop you from getting better. Be motivated to be the best that you can. Be happy with what you're doing. If this is like a motivation to get out of bed type stuff though, let me take it from a different angle. Motivating yourself to just get through the day, because I know that can be pretty difficult too. I know. Sometimes just sleeping in bed is the best feeling in the world, because nothing's happening. You don't have to worry about anything else. All you got to worry about is just sitting down and rotting. Feels fucking good. But then you get up. The moment you do get up, you feel fucking bad. You think to yourself, well, shit, I just wasted the entire day. So my motivation for you that I can give you is, if you are inspired by me by any means, then if you're able to get up out of bed in the morning, you're already doing better than me. You're already doing better than me. There's your benchmark. All you gotta do is do a little bit of a hop over it. It's a tiny little hurdle. All you gotta do is wake up in the morning and you're immediately better than Captain. It's just that easy. It's just that easy. I'm not good at it. There's your inspiration. Get up out of bed in the morning and just say that you're better than Captain. Next. Chat, this is actually the last one that I picked out of the marshmallows. I only chose 10. I only chose a few, like I said before, but there was a ton. There was a ton. And there's a lot of people going through very, 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 very similar situations. If you guys are not a member of the Discord, I don't have the link to it. I'm not a part of it. But if you go on Twitter and you see other Pipsqueaks, they would be more than happy to give you a link to the Discord if you want to find yourself surrounded by like-minded people. There's a lot of people out there that you can confide in. I think Coco does. Coco, Are you inside of the Avallum Discord? Sorry, Galleons of Riz came out. What the fuck? But yeah, if you guys are interested in joining the Discord, then find a Pipsqueak on Twitter. DM them. I'm sure they're more than happy to open up their fucking wingspan embrace. You have your ways. Thank you. Anyway, the last message today says that sometimes no matter what I draw, I can't seem to be happy with how it turns out, which makes me lose motivation to keep drawing. I know practicing will help me improve, but I also can't help but compare myself to others and how my art seems lacking in my eyes. On a positive note to that, however, watching you and being a Pipsqueak has helped inspire me to keep trying. Thank you for all you do, Cap. You know, there's a lot of Pipsqueaks in chat that inspire each other, and I'm only one step of the process. I've seen a lot of people lifting each other up, and it makes me very, very happy. If you feel like you need to be lifted up, if you need encouragement, first off, I believe in you. I believe that you will get better. It might not happen in a day or a week, but you will get better. Life can suck, but it can also be very beautiful. And I've seen that very recently, this past new year, that life is a lot of both. Life is a lot of both. Sometimes you feel bleak. Sometimes you feel like the world is on fire. Sometimes you feel enamored with the world. Maybe the world is the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. There's a bit of both. And it's important to realize there's a lot of both. There's a lot of both everywhere you go. If you don't feel motivated with what you do, just sit back. Maybe take a break from what you're doing. The important thing is to not stress yourself out, to not force yourself to do anything. Just reevaluate, step back, and appreciate the good things that are around you. If you can smile, you can be happy. If you can be positive, you can make a change. Jocha Cola makes me smile. That's why Jocha Cola is my co-captain of these streams. I hope that everyone enjoyed today's stream. I hope that you learned something. Maybe you didn't learn something. Maybe you just like the good vibes. Maybe you just liked being here. Actually, artists will never love their art. You can accept it, but it will never be perfect, and that's because you want to improve. Those who see the wrongs will improve. Couldn't have said it better myself. Maybe you will never be perfect. Actually, no, you will never be perfect. That's just a fact. Sorry, that's a fact. You'll never be perfect. But you'll always get better. You'll never be perfect, but you'll always get better. No one will ever be perfect. But everyone's trying to get better. Yeah, I see you, Barry! I fucking see you! Sorry. There's gonna be a Streamlabs notification in a second. It's gonna show... Oh, no, it's actually not, is it? It's actually not going to be. Ah! There it is. There it is. The notification didn't even come up. I've evolved. Sorry. Guys, here's your motivation for the day. Captain is a complete fucking loser that inspires all of you. And if I'm a fucking loser that can inspire all of you brilliant minds, you brilliant people, then that says a lot about what you can do for the world. You can put me on a pedestal all you want, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm a fucking loser. And I love that about me. I love that I'm a fucking loser. Not a loser, I'm a loser. I'm a loser, baby. I'm a loser, baby. You're a goddamn loser, baby. But at least I know I'm not alone. You're a loser just like me. We're all losers. Because no one's perfect. But we're all losers. And it means that we can get better together. Yeah? Dad, shut up. I'm a loser. My dad said, I don't think you're a loser. My mom and I think you're pretty cool. Well, you're wrong! And you guys are losers too! That's right, I said it. I'm going to go ahead and thank everybody for all the support that you've shown me today. Thank you to all of you Pipsqueaks. Not just for coming to the stream, and not just thank you for your support, but for being there. Thank you for giving me a very familiar face every time I turn on my stream. Every time I go live. Thank you guys for showing up in chat. Thank you guys for appreciating what I do. Because I appreciate you guys just as much as you guys appreciate me. And to everybody who's going through that hard shit in life, it gets better. And it's a lot better with people who are just like you. You don't need to be afraid to be a part of something. You don't have to do things alone. It's okay to feel uncomfortable. But don't let that stop you from trying new things. It's okay to feel like you did a bad job at something, so long as you take that time to learn and improve. It's okay to fail at something, because everybody fails the first time they do something. It's okay to fail 10 times in a row too. As long as each time you get better, it's totally okay. Don't let it stop you. Don't let the fear of failure stop you. Sometimes family matters can be difficult. And to everybody's situation, it's a little bit different. But there's going to be a day where you look back and it's all just a haze in the past. And that's why it's even more important to get through it. So you can move on and be a better person from it. Maybe there are people that are around you that don't treat you the best. And it fucking sucks. And you feel bad and you go to bed knowing that there's somebody out there that just hates you. It's all the more reason to move past that and live a better life despite them. They say being a spiteful person makes you petty. Then be petty. Be happier despite them. Because that'd be really funny. Because that'd be really funny. If the people that hate you have to live knowing that you're living a better life than them. That's the best thing you can do. But punching people sometimes feels good too. But don't let me sway your mind. All right, let me go ahead and read the supas and the gifteds and the goodies. Spite is a great motivator. Just because it's a negative emotion doesn't make it a bad emotion, right, guys? Guys, there's a fucking rainbow at the top of my fucking chat bar right now. What the hell's going on? Why is there so many colors? Why is this chat so colorful right now? Wait, it's the same color palette as the screen right now. Guys, look. All the colors of the Supas matches up with the colors on my screen. Isn't that cool? That's pretty fucking cool. All right. Starting from the top. Barry, thank you for the gifted member pip. Moonspots, thank you very much for the 5 gifted member pips. Thank you, thank you. Maya, thank you for the 5 gifted member pips as well. Thank you so much. Ponky, thank you for the gifted member pip. Thank you so much. Ale, thank you for the gifted member pip. Thank you, thank you. Anya, hey, thank you for joining the member pips. Thank you, thank you. Zoo, holy shit, punches me in the fucking teeth with an akachaka. Jesus, it's missing Reg. Thank you very much, Zoo. Thank you for the huge fucking akachaka out of nowhere. Thank you very much. R1, thank you for the super chat earlier. Sorry for jump scaring you. Thank you for the super chat. Pancake, welcome aboard the Pippeteers. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. Hope you enjoy your stay. Darla, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, thank you. Joke's on you, I'm here for the long haul. And I already told you that I threw you overboard, tied to a rope. I hope you enjoyed the water bath. Kai, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, thank you. We pip-napped you, so you ain't leaving, nor am I. And most likely a lot of other pipsqueaks. Why am I the one who's pip-napped? Hello? That's not how this works. That's not how this works. Thank you for the super chat. Carla, thank you for the super chat. I've been here since pre-debut. You'll have to kill me if you want to kick me out. Thank you for the super chat. Hyde, thank you for joining the member pip once again. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for your stream, Captain. Thank you. Thank you. Because the stream is only... I'm only half the stream. The other half is chat. You guys make up the other half of this experience. So thank you. Conversely, thank you. Carla, thank you for the super chat. Coolest loser ever, if you ask me. Do you still hold that same opinion? After what I just said? do you still hold that same opinion out of curiosity? Just asking for science. Irie, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much for the encouragement, and you're the loser that brought us all together, so you've got a little merit to you. Hugs to all the pipsqueaks. Hugs to everybody in chat right now. Some good old-fashioned fucking positivity is not something I'm used to dealing out. I'm usually, guys, high key, the past, like, actually for the most part of my life, I've been a disgusting, cynical nihilist that listens to Radiohead. But even someone like me can change to be a little bit more positive in life. Even someone like me, who you might see as the brightest sunflower ever, and I try to be, of course, but I've had my pits. I've had my pits as well. You could be a good person and still listen to radio. That's not what I said. I just said I was nihilistic and cynical. That doesn't make me a bad person either. What the fuck? Just makes me it just makes my view of the world a little different. Jeez. Crucify me, why don't you? Zoo, thank you for the first super chat of two, I think. Of two. Thank you for doing this. A lot of us really needed it. Just a reminder, we will always be your biggest supporters. I hope you always find encouragement within our words too. I don't know how to words. ... running emoji. Feel better soon. I hope you feel better soon, Zoo. Silenter, welcome aboard the Pippeteers. Glad to have you on board. Kai, thank you for the next super chat. Thank you so much. Amazing. I'm not good with emotions, but the stream helps to see a lot of people have problems like all of us. I only joined I think 3 weeks in, and to see how much myself and others have grown is amazing. Have you guys made big strides in self-improvement since I debuted? Anyone? Or are we still wallowing in despair? Actually, yes, 100%. Damn! Awesome. Can you guys do me a favor and help inspire more people? Use some of the words that I shared today and use it to inspire some hope. Some motherfucking kibo, which is Japanese for hope. Some kibo wouldn't be too bad right about now. I only know that word because of Danganronpa, by the way. Thank you for the super chat, guy. R1, thank you for the other super chat as well. I've been watching VTubers for 3 years and have never seen a community like this. Cheers to Captain and Pipsqueaks. You're doing right by each other. Thank you very much. I've been watching VTubers for a little bit more than you, and that's a long time. 4 years for me watching VTubers. It's only been 4 years? It's only been 4 years?! It feels like I've been watching VTubers forever. Huh? The hell do you mean VTubers have only been a thing for 4 years? Or I guess no, it's been longer, but I've only been watching for 4 years. It's only hit mainstream since like 2020. God damn. That's like an entire like career through high school. I just realized that 4 years is a lot longer than I remember. You've known VTubers, you know about VTubers since the beginning, but you're my first VTuber. What'd I do? I clap wholeheartedly, then I just ask myself, wait, what'd I do? Why was I the straw that broke the camel's back? Darla, thank you for the super chat again. Thank you. I hate you for making me cry today. Okay, so I was drunk before coming here, so I was already compromised, but the word's impact feels the same. Thanks for being here and being you. Love you lots. How'd you spell everything properly? Aren't you drunk? How'd you spell that all properly? Is that autocorrect? Were you using autocorrect? No, because the I's are lowercase. You didn't even use autocorrect. That's impressive. I liked your humor and you just became the only one I really watched. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. I'm a good drinker and speller. It shows. It actually shows. That's impressive. Nye, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Aside from all the banter and friendly slander, we truly appreciate you for who you are and what you do. You're always a joy to watch, so keep going and lead the way. We will have your back. Thank you. Not much to say, but thank you. There's not much I really can say except for thank you. I don't like the idea that people follow behind me when it comes to like leading something. I much prefer a circle when people are shoulder to shoulder. I think it's a lot more fair, you know. Being a leader is different than being a boss. I feel like a boss is the type that has you stand by. No, I guess a boss would be more like the people stand in front of them and do the stuff. And someone who falls behind is, am I overcomplicating things again? I probably am, yeah. I just want to reiterate that I don't want anyone to feel like I stand on a pedestal above y'all, because that's just not true. We're all fucking human. I'm literally the only human in Avallum. So don't forget that I go through human stuff just like y'all. Lucy could never understand the pain that we feel. Maya, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for this stream, Captain. It was very encouraging, and I do love being here with all the pipsqueaks. You are all appreciated, and we can all be amazing losers. Be the amazing losers that we are. We got this. That's right. You know, sorry, I'm gonna call you out again, Barry. Barry, after she joined the community, had never done clip editing in her life, but she picked it up as a hobby. And slowly but surely, she's making videos and she's making clips and stuff like that. just for fun. And she's growing a new passion for clipping, I think. Like after most streams, like she'll have something up. And it's just been a new hobby of hers. So I'm very honored to have given you a new passion in your life. Although I think you kind of manage that on your own. You seem very motivated normally. But don't forget that the people around you can be the things that inspire you to do things, like to try new things and maybe find something that you're very passionate about, you know? I have terrible millennial humor and I don't know what I'm doing, but I love rewatching Captain moments. You've got mom humor, that's for sure. You've definitely got mom humor. Thank you very much for the Super Maya. And then Zoo, thank you very much for the Akachaka. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's missing Reg. Well, we got the fucking Reg now, didn't we? Moon Spots, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much for the stream cap. Your words meant a whole ton to hear. I can feel the weight I once had continue to lift itself away, but slowly but surely. Thank you so much for giving us a safe, comfortable space and home. I really hope that for most people who submitted something today, that there was something you were able to take out from this, to take away from this. I hope that you heard what you might have needed to hear. I know it's very difficult, the shit that we have to go through. Not to sound like generic, but you really do got this. You really do have this. There's nothing that gets put in front of you that you can't do. It might take some elbow grease, it might take a tear, might shed a few tears going through it, but there's nothing that's in front of you that you can't do. Except for a Rubik's Cube, because those things are impossible to do, and I would know, I've tried. Thank you for the super chat, Moonspots. Jay, thank you for the super chat. I will be forever grateful that I met you in the Pipsqueaks. Thank you all for pouring so much into my heart. I wish you all the best. Good vibes, everybody. Good vibes. Positivity. I better fucking see some positivity. Glad I'm not the only one who can't do a Rubik's Cube. Maybe that'll be a stream of mine one day. Maybe I'll learn how to do a Rubik's Cube to show you guys that nothing's impossible. Even a Rubik's Cube. By the way, can I just say that fundamentally, as a person, I dislike baseless positivity. I like positivity when there's a bit of like realism added to it. So if I ever feel like, you know, like trying to like skirt around giving too many compliments, it's because I don't want to give you anything fake. I don't want to be a faker. I hate the idea of being fake. Ugh, hiccups, sorry. I hate the idea of being fake because if somebody who's trying to inspire you just sounds like a piece of plastic, then it's not very inspiring, and sure as hell, there's not going to be anything that changes in the world, you know? So, if there's a bit of pragmatism that gets added to all this, I'm sorry, but just know that everything that I say is the truest that I can give to you. Borderline toxic positivity sometimes. I had a huge problem with that back in the day. I had a huge problem with that. Just like seeing VTubers. This is a little bit personal, but seeing VTubers that are baselessly positive for no reason, while it's nice for some people, you have to have a little bit of realism to every bit of positivity. Every bit of like positivity that you put into the world too. Because with baseless positivity, the moment that person is crushed again, it all just regresses back, you know? Curb your expectations, but be happy is sort of That's like it's my cheat sheet for life. Curb your expectations, but do things to be positive. Hee. That's one of your favorite things about the streams, is that you're not watching a cardboard cutout of a human. Nobody tell them. Nobody tell them. Nobody tell them. Thank you, Jay, for the super chat. Suzuchi, thank you very much for the super chat. Glad to be a Pipsqueak and happy to be a part of this community and looking forward to the future with all of you. I know we're all gonna do our best with an awesome captain by our side. Thank you very much, Suzuchi. I'll do my best to help you guys find a place that you could be happy at. I'll do my best. Hyoko, thank you very much for the gifted member, Pip. Thank you very much. Hey, whoever got gifted by Hyoko, just know that you got Pip napped by the Pipsqueak mother. It's a privilege. It's a fucking privilege. You better be thankful. God, I need to shut up. Say, thank you very much for the super chat. Losers together strong. Losers together strong. Fall together. Cushion the blow. Existing Duck, thank you for joining the member Pip once again. I've been watching for 2 years and have never had the courage to chat in the live chat before, but I decided to take a chance here, and I'm so glad I did.
What do you mean 2 years? I've only been streaming for 4 months.
Slaps myself. Bad joke. There's a lot of people that keep saying that too, that this is like the first time they've really participated in a VTuber stream or been a part of a VTuber community. So thank you. Thank you to everybody who's given me a chance. To everybody who's given the Pipsqueaks a chance too. Thanks. I hope to not disappoint you. I hope to not leave you traumatically scarred from VTuber chats in the future. Doing my best. I'm doing my part. Chromodorus Pan, should I call you something else, or is the full name? The full name sounds like scolding you. Should I just call you Pan? What's the shorthand? Just Pan? Cool. We'll do Pan then. From Pan, thank you very much. Thank you so much, Captain, and thank you so much, Pipsqueaks. Being in this community has brought me so much joy, inspiration, and motivation. I only have gratitude in my heart and won't stop finding ways to show it. Smile. Smiles at you. What do I say to that? It's too fucking wholesome for me. Your positive emotions have done me good and stun locked me. Thank you. Thank you for what you do back for the community as well. I appreciate you. Captain Jack Sparrow, thank you very much, Senpai, for the super chat. Gale, you might be the best pirate I've ever seen. The best pirate you've seen. But you've seen me. Wait, no, that's not how it goes. That's not how that line goes. Ah, but you've heard of me. Thank you very much, Senpai. Kai, thank you for the super chat. You and Pipsqueaks are amazing. I know I talk a lot and might be a little too talkative, but this place is amazing. My drawing specificity has grown a ton. What do you? There's no such thing as talks too much. That's what talking is for, is to talk. that's what it's there for. That's why you chat. That's what the chat room's for. It's a containment center for all of you talkative people. It's a containment center. No, don't ever feel like you talk too much. Thank you very much for being a part of the community, and thank you for your art as well. I appreciate it. Jesse, thank you for the naked super chat. Thank you very much. I'll give you a fucking thumbs up too. Danny, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for helping us feel seen, Cap. I'm sure your words have helped us a lot today, and we appreciate you so much. Sending hugs to everybody going through something. The best of luck to you all. We've got this. You do. You do have this. Whatever the fuck you're going through, do it for the Pipsqueaks. Do it for the stream. Do it for me. Do it for your family. Do it for your friends. Do it for a better fucking future. Because if you don't try, things don't get better. And if you don't fail, you don't get better. So, be a loser if you need to. Be a loser and smile while you fail. Be a fucking loser. Don't be afraid to be a loser. There's nothing wrong with being a loser. Being a winner is cool and all, but if you're a loser, you can keep getting better. You can keep going, keep getting stronger. And that's even cooler. People who can get stronger from hardship, it's fucking hot. It's fucking cool. It's very attractive. Mucho caliente. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Very, very cool characteristics. And Jesse, thank you for the gifted member pip. Thank you so much. Guys, it's been an honor. I'm going to go ahead and close up shop now. Let's go see who's streaming at the moment. Not the Spanish jump scare. Nobody ever expects the Spanish. It's just me. It's just me streaming. Mucho caliente, ja el no sabo. Fuck you, I sabo. Zoo, thank you for the super chat. I'm done being nice. Good night, loser. Thank you. Good night, loser. Birds of a feather flock together. Thank you, Moonspots. Thank you very much. Thank you for the super chat. Celazavia, thank you for joining the member pip once again. I'm not good at words, but I just wanted to say thank you for being you. A lot of us found comfort by watching you. I hope to keep up that same energy. I wonder if one of the Hollowstar boys are streaming right now. If they are, I might raid into them. I don't ever raid into anybody outside of the my small circle. Nobody that I am subscribed to at the moment. Flayon is on. I want to raid into somebody that I'm at least acquainted with. Wrestle Tuber is on. Probably not. Ah, fair enough. Wait, who's hosting that? Ruse is starting soon? I'm vaguely familiar with Ruse. I know that guy. I missed the Supa and didn't read Streamlabs. Oh, you're right! Barry, thank you for the super chat. You didn't read Streamlabs, you just yelled. Also, how did you see it? With my eyes, Goofy. With my eyes. Thank you for the super chat. Ah, there's a fucking fly on my forehead. Get it off. Oh, God. Sorry. Positivity. Let me go and read Barry's super chat. I just scared you. Sorry. Barry with the fat 100. I'm so sorry for not addressing it. I feel like a jackass now. Thank you very much. Stealth Appreciation. Thank you for encouraging our amazing community. Thank you guys for lifting each other up too. Thank you, thank you. Lamau. Oopsie doopsies. Wait, is Ruse going live? Does he have a waiting room up? Does he have a waiting room up? I don't see it. It's membership? Oh! It's membership. Meow. I can't rate into you guys. Nobody that I'm currently subscribed to is streaming at the moment. But trust me, soon enough, I'll have my maniacal hands spread out through the entire VTuber community. I'm going to know everybody. I'm going to be acquainted with everybody. And it's not going to be awkward if I randomly raid into their streams in the future. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and end here. Thank you guys very much for sticking around. Why that background? I was gonna do an accent this whole stream! Fuck! Thank y'all for being a part of my crew.
Hope to see y'all in the future. Through thick and thin, we're gonna get through it. I promise all y'all. The bottom of my heart, it gets better. You ain't ever alone, so long as you got me leading the way.
Oh, so this is the kind of stuff that we taskbar, huh? It's the fucking country accent. That's our Toscarus. So that's what we fucking Toscaru. Not burps, not coughs, not fucking